Former U.S. attorney and former counsel for the Senate Judiciary Committee, and joins us now. And Brett, we're at the point where there's so much to keep track of. Dana and I keep chatting this morning. That take everybody through what's happening here. Obviously, we just got this news on the judge putting a kibosh on the request for these dates. What's happening?
Yeah, this may be just as simple as schedules and how do you handle difficult, complex cases on a judge's docket, and so we'll see. Both sides not getting their way is probably going to happen quite a bit on these procedural matters as a judge tries to navigate these as impartially as possible.
Very interesting. Can I get your reaction to a few other things that we're learning here? This number stands out: 12.8 million. That is the number of discovery material pages in the D.C. Trump case. 12.8 million pages, okay? And if it makes you feel any better, the key documents are approximately 47,000 pages. Transcripts of witnesses. It is a roadmap to the case. What is your reaction to that? And what do you do with that?
You spend a lot of time reviewing documents, and you ask for, look, a defendant in a criminal case is supposed to be tried within 70 days. On these complex white-collar cases, it is not uncommon for it to take years. I have one case that is it's a criminal, very complex criminal fraud case that is in its 9th year. So depending on the resources, depending on how large and substantial the evidence is, it can take years, Sandra.
I mean, that in itself is news. Let's play this sound out of Victor Shokin. This was obviously a huge interview over the weekend with Brian Kilmeade on his Saturday show, where Shokin said he believed that the Bidens did indeed get bribes. Listen.
I do not want to deal in unproven facts, but my firm personal conviction is that, yes, this was the case. They were being bribed. The fact that Joe Biden gave away $1 billion in U.S. money in exchange for my dismissal, my firing, isn't that alone a case of corruption?
So he has very clearly publicly come out swinging against Hunter and Joe Biden. Where does that take all of this, Brett?
It's very powerful testimony when you have someone on the inside who is credible, who's also reluctantly acknowledging that what they believe the payments to be utilized for were actually corrupt, and that, I think about this, Sandra. I think about the RICO cases that I've brought in my career, and ironically, you see what's happening in Georgia. But RICO would be one of the first statutes that we would be analyzing the conspiracy among the Bidens. If, in fact, this is their scheme, that they would utilize access to Joe Biden, that Hunter Biden and his colleagues in the businesses would, ingratiate themselves to leaders of other countries, demand money, use that money to pay Joe Biden and others in the family. That's classic conspiracy to commit fraud and corruption that is the heart of many RICO cases that we've brought. And ironically, nobody seems to be analyzing that as the case in DOJ.
Really interesting analysis on that. Brett Tolman, thank you so much for taking us through it. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.